Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you guys are. How do I just change this? Create my own channel. How do I
They've got our
switch this off
HVT.
though? How do I toggle this? Disconnect. Yep. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, Asaflex Gaming. Subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff. You know,
We
let's
took
get the
out their
following
HVT.
growing. You know, I really want to develop this channel.
Protect our HVT.
Anyways, it's quite early in the
Enemy
morning. Well,
HVT
it's
on
not really
site. Take
early
them
in the
out.
morning. It's about 12 o'clock. This is
I need
weekend
eyes overhead.
beta
We've
2,
taken the lead.
the
Stay
second
on task.
weekend of the beta for Black Ops
HVT
6.
under fire. Repeat,
And I just wanted
HVT
to
under
kind of
fire.
talk,
Down.
really. I don't have anything planned to say, but I just want to talk about my
Our HVT
initial
has been
thoughts of the
eliminated.
beta and the game
They've
itself as
taken the
well.
lead.
Let me just turn some of these things down so y'all can hear me, man.
Eyes up. You're the HVT.
Sometimes the audio in the game
Hostile
is a bit,
HVT
especially the
located.
dialogue is too high. We'll turn the game volume down as well a bit. Maybe some of this. Is that okay? I don't know if that's okay or not. Dampen's too high. Yeah, I think that should be better for the recording. Right, yeah, so I was just saying, really, the game, in my opinion, it feels really good. Like, I'll just touch up on a few things. So let's talk about the movement, right? Movement, fluid, quick, fast, responsive. You know, I don't have much to say about the movement. I think so far, um, movement-wise, it's probably my favorite Call of Duty in the movement. Like, I know they tried some jumping stuff in Advanced Warfare, where you had jetpacks and boosters and double jump and all that kind of stuff. But I think this beats that. You know, I think I do prefer the more faster paced Call of Duty because when I play Call of Duty, I don't want to think about more tactical stuff. Even though that does kind of factor into your game, but I just kind of want to run around. I want to be able to be quick. I want to be responsive. I want the mantling to be quick. You know, I don't want to be, you know, in the mantle phase for too long. You know, and I die whilst I'm mantling. I think that was some complaints that we had in, you know, Modern Warfare. Um, so yeah, I think the Omni movement is really doing great things. It's kind of crazy because it was such a small little kind of change to the movement system, but its impact has been quite big. And I hope they keep this kind of movement system in other Call of Duties as well, just so that it's kind of standardized across the games, and you know people get to grips with the new movement system rather than going back to the old one. So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the, especially the diving feels really responsive as well. Like, you know, the fact that you can dive and once you're diving, you're not locked in, your aim's not locked. You can still run around and move around and aim at different things. So that's really good. Um, I think the other thing for me so far is I want to show you guys the creator class system now that I'm out as well. I think they've done a really good job of just narrowing everything down and simplifying it. And I'll show you what I mean. Even this kill cam, like I think the kill cams coming back are amazing. It's not just the last kill. I think it's the best play. But I don't know how they'll show it. I know sometimes there was this a couple of years ago. There was this thing where they were only showing kill cams with camos that were bought from the shops, just to kind of encourage other people to buy them or advertise the camos from the shops. I hope they don't do that. I hope they actually show the best play, not just the most expensive camo from the shop play. So yeah, um, okay, so let's kind of go through the UI, you know. So you have weapons, so let's go through the loadouts first. So you obviously you have your standard custom loadouts, and then we'll go through the assault rifles. So at the moment they've given you about 3 of each, I think. Yeah, I think they've added this one in for the second beta, the Tanto. This wasn't in the first weekend beta, so definitely gonna try that. Um, So they have snipers. So launchers they've added in as well. So launchers, pistols, snipers, marksman rifles, LMGs, shotguns, SMGs, assault rifles. So quite a bit going on. So let's try and customize some stuff then. So I've not really unlocked a lot of the attachments, but I just think that the number of attachments they have now is a lot easier to see what I'm getting. Whereas in Modern Warfare 3 there were about, I can't remember how many attachments there were for the optics. It was a crazy amount. And then you had to level up other weapons to get them, which didn't really make any sense because why am I going to play with another weapon when I want to play with this one and level this one up and learn the recoil of this weapon, you know? It kind of, it didn't really make sense to me. So I'm glad they've done this, but I think now you level up with, you unlock the attachments through your level. And I think that's unified across all weapons. So, but you have to level up the weapon itself, which means that the weapon levels are, I think, about 40 I've seen. So for example, to unlock the ported compensator, you need to be level 35. The weapon level has to be 35, not your actual rank. So yeah. And the other thing I've noticed is that there's not many cons of having an attachment, you know. There's a lot of pros of having the attachments, but not many cons, which is good because I feel like you can actually customize your weapon to the way you want it to perform. So if you're more of a make a weapon to perform in that way so it complements your playstyle, right? I think they might add things or drawbacks of certain attachments in the actual game, but we'll wait and see what happens. Same thing with pretty much all attachments. So you know they've just simplified everything. Like even was another thing. So the grips, the underbarrel grips, there was about 20 or 30 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There must have been at least 30, 40. There was just so many. You know, it was crazy. I didn't know which one was which. I didn't know what benefit I was getting using this grip over the other grip. It didn't really make any sense. Like it's good to have in the game, I guess. Okay, you can have, you know, 100 grips, but how does this affect my gameplay in the game? I think that's what players wanted, you know, that's what people care about when they're playing the game, not, okay, which one do I prefer, which one looks coolest, which obviously does kind of matter, but what people want to know is which one is going to affect my gameplay, okay? So, you know, just simplifying things definitely makes things much better. I think this is, you have to just find a balance really. Yeah, you just have to find a balance. So all the different type of stocks over here as well. You guys can go through. Oh, you even have fire mods as well, by the way. So these change your fire rate, etc. And this is something new, I think. This wasn't there before. And then, of course, cosmetics, you know, camos, etc. I don't think I've unlocked camos yet. I don't think they will. Um, and then you obviously have perks. They've added in a few more perks this beta weekend. So yeah, I mean, there's quite a few of them. The only thing about the perks though is that if you equip a certain type of perk, so if you equip green ones, then, you know, a strategist perk, or, you know, if you pick a recon type perk and you select all 3 perks which are recon or whichever specialty you want to do, you'll unlock a specialty bonus. Which I don't know, it's good. I guess it's good or bad, really, depending on how you look at it, because at least then you get a bonus for equipping the same kind of, you know, having a certain style of play. But at the same time, it means that one of these perks is going to be really strong and you can't select them because you don't have the other one, you know. So, I don't know, we'll see how it plays out. And then you have, of course, wild cards as well, which pretty cool. I always like the wild cards. And then you have the operators, the barracks. Yeah, and the progression system, I think, is pretty cool as well. I think you can go up to level 30 this beta weekend, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably try and level it up, to be honest, because this weapon looks pretty cool. But other than that, really, I mean, the gunplay, I think, I'm really enjoying the gunplay itself. You know, I did feel like in the beta that there was some issues. I feel like some people were dying very quickly, and other people were taking quite a lot of shots to get hit. I don't know if that's a server issue or something with the connection, or, you know, ping or whatever, I don't know, but it definitely was affecting it. So I hope now they've maybe fixed that this weekend and things can change. You know, Skyline is probably one of my favorite maps so far. Talking about the maps, I like the fact that they've got all new maps this game. You know, it's something that you should expect anyway if you're releasing a new game. You know, and you took 4 years to make it, and you're charging people $100 for a game. The least you could do is give, give new maps. You know, at least I feel like really should have 20 new maps. I don't see why any less is. I don't know why the bar is less. You know, 20 new multiplayer maps. And the Call of Duty campaigns aren't really that long, so it's not like they have to focus too much. But I suppose balancing the maps becomes an issue. I think what I want to see from Call of Duty is to make maps that are fun and a bit silly and a bit stupid, right? Where this, like, I remember maps where there was like there would be like a tower somewhere, and whoever had control of this tower was, you know, the most powerful one, or had that area where they could just get kills, and there would be like a mini game within the game to take out that tower, and people would, you know, find fun ways to do things. Whereas now it's like, I feel like they're focusing too much on just, okay, competitiveness. Like, okay, that's fine, but people want to have fun when they play the game. People want to, you know, and I think that's what made Call of Duty fun. And the maps make a massive difference because that's your sandbox. That's where you're playing, you know. When you want to be in these maps, you want to have memorable moments, you want to have fun moments, you want to have moments where, you know, you're having competitive edges over certain people in certain map zones, or, you know, a certain map of the certain area of the map is quite a high um, vantage point or something like that, you know. And I think that's what is lacking. There's not much verticality to the maps. They're quite just lane based, like straightforward, left, right, which is fine. I mean, they look cool. The maps this one's really nice. That's just what I want to see from the maps. I'm not saying that these maps are horrible, but that's just what would be really amazing. I think if they decide to do that, you know, a bit of creativity. You know, I feel like so far in the last few years the maps have just lacked a lot of creativity. I feel like they're just making maps that they think look cool, but you need to use a bit more imagination, I guess. That would be my like take on the maps, to be honest. I don't know if people agree or not. Let me know what you guys think. But other than that, on a positive note, you know, I like High Rise. It's, you know, a nice fancy map. The colors are nice, like a nice sunset-y, you know, kind of place. You know, it was high up. The visuals, I don't know if the visuals will be improved in the actual game, but some of the textures do look a bit PS4-y. You know, it's like this game was made on PS4, designed for PS4. Whereas we're on PlayStation 5 now, PS5 Pro is coming out. We're going to be getting, you know, PS6 maybe not too long, but I just expected a bit more. You know, I know they're still using the same old engine, and I just think Call of Duty needs a completely new engine. You know, you can't have a game running the same engine for, you know, 30, 40 years. That's crazy, man. So I hope they change things in the engines and stuff. That's more of a... Yeah, so the graphical thing, it doesn't look horrible. The guns look pretty cool. The gun looks polished. They look like they belong in that time zone where the game's set. So I don't have any complaints about that, really. The optics, yeah, I mean, this is more of a general kind of thing I wish they brought back. Do you remember in the old school Call of Duty, you were able to customize your sights, you know, the way they looked, by unlocking certain things or doing certain challenges, and that was such a cool thing to see, because when you saw a kill cam, you'd know that this person had grinded out this, or was a certain level, or did this challenge. And even for yourself, it was just another customizable thing. Now it's just the red dot sight, which is quite generic, and, you know, I wish they brought some of those things back. And I think that's what I mean when I say the creativity is kind of lost. But anyways, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't break the game. It's just something that I used to like quite a bit. But that's what I'm saying. They're making it very competitive, like very standardized, very competitive, very esportsy kind of thing. And I wish they kind of tried to move away from that a bit. Maybe just make the game fun, and maybe if you want to make competitive maps, just make maps for that competitive playlist then, do you know? So you can balance them out and do whatever it is that you want to do. And then for the general public, for just, you know, arcadey kind of maps, just have fun maps. And I think that's what will make Call of Duty amazing again. Like right now is good, and I think people are still buying the game, because there's really nothing else that competes with Call of Duty. You know, what else is there? There's XDefiant, but what else is there really? Nothing. So yeah, in terms of Black Ops 6, I kind of went off topic there a bit, but yeah, the guns good, maps, you know, decent. We've only seen 4 of them so far. I know there's some new maps that came out. The face-off maps are a bit smaller, and then you've got the big maps, the multiplayer maps as well. The face-up maps are also for multiplayer, but they're just slightly smaller and a bit more faster paced. Whereas these ones are a bit larger. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about really. I think so far the gameplay feels fun to me. I've always liked Treyarch and their gameplay. Just maybe, hopefully, there's you know, improved graphics when the actual game comes out, and better textures and things. But other than that, you know, really, I'm kind of happy with the game. I'm excited for it. Zombies, you know, of course, is gonna be a big. I think this year's Zombies gonna be probably one of the best we've had for a long time. Yeah, one of the, especially the big map. Don't know if everyone's seen the big map. I'm sure everyone has. But I'm really looking forward to playing the big map. Not Liberty Falls. That one's probably, I probably won't spend much time playing that. But the big map, definitely going to be grinding that out. You know, seeing how many high levels I can get. And yeah, I think I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll carry on playing the beta weekend. Let's see how things go. But yeah, like, follow, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you guys think of the game. Have you played the beta? Are you thinking of getting the game? Are you guys gonna wait until it comes out, see how things go? I think for me at this point, I've been playing Call of Duty for so long, I'll probably just buy every single one until the day I die, really. Hoping something changes. And I'm probably part of the problem that keeps feeding the machine that is Activision and Call of Duty, you know. I don't think it'll change anything. But yeah, listen, I can't say it's all bad. Gunplay is a positive. I love how the weapons actually feel. I love how the hit registration is. I really like the way the weapons look, the aesthetics as well. It really takes you back to the 19th century and stuff, you know, Cold War era times. And I've always liked the Black Ops franchise. Only because of the story as well. I remember I played Black Ops 1 and 2 with Mason. You know, the numbers, Mason! And the whole conspiracy behind the government and all, you know, all those kind of things. I love that whole vibe, so definitely looking forward to this. And the maps so far, I am a big fan of them. There are some things I wish they could improve, but that's a general kind of just not really a complaint, just, you know, just something of personal preference. You know, I feel like the maps were a bit silly, a bit crazy, and you know, a bit more creative and imaginative, really. But they're not horrible. I like the fact that they're new. It's the first time in a year we've had new maps. I know we went back to some of the old maps last year, but having new maps, it definitely kind of freshens things up a bit. And I hope they add more maps throughout the year in the season passes. You know, they always do, and I hope some of them are a bit different. You know, a bit more creative. But we'll see how it goes. And I hope, I think Call of Duty should look towards moving to a 2-year life cycle. You know, only because it gives them more time to make the other game, and people really get to enjoy it then. You know, I feel kind of bad for the developers because they spend so long making this game, like 4 years to make a game, but then people only really get to play it for a year, or the game's only relevant for 1 year, and people just stop playing it. I mean, not everyone, but you know, when the new Call of Duty comes out, the other one kind of just becomes obsolete, because I probably will never play you know, Modern Warfare 2 remake, the other one, new one. Once Black Ops 6 comes out, I'll literally just play this. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame for the developers, but you know, I think they care more about their shareholders and profits and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyways, take care of Vils, and you know, let me know what you guys think. GG's, boys.